Hello, I'm John Estacio. I'm the composer of Lillian Alling, the new opera which will be receiving its premiere by the Vancouver Opera Company on October 16th at the Queen Elizabeth Theatre in Vancouver. Well, Lillian Alling is a road opera, and one of my favorite film genres is road movies. And I always enjoy the soundtracks on road movies. There's always a lot of different kinds of music to reflect the different locations that the characters go to. And Lillian Alling goes to a lot of different locations. She starts in Brooklyn in 1920s, and so you get a flavor of that jazzy barbershop quartet-y sound in one of the opening scenes. She goes to a farm in North Dakota, and there's a barn dance happening, and so you get a little bit of that papa music that you might hear in the Dakotas at that time. She also she ends up in Ocala Prison, and in Ocala Prison, in just outside of Vancouver, they're singing sort of a quasi-Anglican Presbyterian hymn, but they've changed the words, and perhaps it's a hymn that would have been heard at the time. She also talks about Russia. She reflects back on her life in Russia, and whenever we go there, you get whiffs of Russian folk music that permeate the score, and you might hear a little bit of a zither in the orchestration, just to give it different flavors and to give it a sense of traveling in different cultures. The cast so far has been wonderful. We have Judith Forrest playing Irene, who's our narrator, who tells the story of Lillian Alling, and she's just inhabiting the role beautifully. Frederic Vezina plays Lillian Alling, and she has this quiet determination and willing, this great power to move forward, and she just keeps that right in check, and it's perfect. It's there brimming just below the surface, and it's ready to explode. She just has this wonderful energy that's quite controlled, which is perfect for the role of Lillian Alling. Well, it's funny. We've been talking about the opera for quite a while, and actually the Vancouver Opera had a meeting with us the day after it was announced that Vancouver would have the Winter Olympics. So this was, I think, 2003, I think. We wrote another opera in the meantime, but since then we've been working. We'd always discussed Lillian Alling, even while we were working on our previous opera. And I think the hard work, the first workshop perhaps started, I think, almost 3 years to the date before we premiere the opera in October. So it would have been October 2007 is when we really started the hard work. Yes, Lillian is one of these characters that there's a lot below the surface. She has a fierce determination, but she has a big quest. There are a lot of obstacles in front of her, huge obstacles. Certainly, a woman walking across North America in the 1920s was quite rare, and she's just this woman. She's essentially a peasant when she arrives in New York. I don't think she was a peasant when she was in Russia, but when she arrives in New York, she has nothing. She's just a regular woman with inside an extraordinary circumstance, and that's what I love about these characters. They are just regular people dealing with larger-than-life situations, and that to me just screams off.